What is good, my people? Welcome back to more CS News. IEM Cologne is well underway as we head into the weekend, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, we got to break down day 1 and 2, though, and some upsets we did see, which were not too many. Give me your thoughts down below on what were you surprised by, what were you not surprised by, who are you most excited to watch play, and first and foremost, FaZe is back. That is the FaZe of old, as Broky is now returned, and FaZe actually starting things off hot. There are a lot of teams to look at throughout this IEM Cologne competition, this being simply the play-in stage, as we've already said goodbye to some North American teams, at least one we'll later talk about, but Broky now back on FaZe. We also got his first interview back in the scene as well, to which he was a bit comical, you know, didn't have too much to say. Looks great, by the way, apparently has been hitting the gym, and he's officially returned, but did say, hey, I watched every match that FaZe played with Simple.
You know, about 65 days ago, 2 weeks ago, they gave you the call up. How was it?
I had a good break, you know. It was nice to have 2 times the vacation than usual. So, yeah, it was great to come back after a long break and be back on the server.
So, question on my mind at the very minimum: did you watch any of the FaZe games with Sasha?
Yeah, I watched every single game, so it was quite fun, entertaining, and enjoyable to watch from the home.
What'd you take away from all that? Not from him in particular, but what you saw from the outside looking in.
These guys suck.
Yeah, well, they're laughing just in case no one else heard that. Hey, for the viewers who might object to you joining back on this squad, or rather see another player in your place, you know, what would you say outward to them?
I completely phased out what you said, so I'm just going to say thank you for supporting me, and see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yep, that's that. Thank you very much, Broky.
And so FaZe didn't look too bad throughout day 1. We didn't see, in my opinion, too many upsets. As I show you the list of matchups, it was actually the top half and the bottom half that I was actually peculiar about, because we saw Team Liquid versus Pain. A Pain that did not show up very well at Fissure, as did all the Brazilian teams there. MIBR did not do well at Fissure. They did terribly at IEM Cologne. We'll see what happens. They're already out. Furia the same way at Fissure. And now we have Pain, who also do not have the run that people probably expected, as Team Liquid beat them. You have a major semifinalist and a team who went 0-3 at the major, and so naturally people are like, yeah, Team Liquid are your underdogs, but the way they played against Pain was awesome, and they take them down, and it was actually on Mirage for round 12 for them, Liquid winning a 2v5, which secured the series.
Zera and Davideus. You even have that NQZ AWP that like floats around and roams to worry about as a potential third piece, and they'll learn about it here.
Saw him as well.
It's nailed on the route up through connector. Oh, one back for ultimate. Nav tries to play his hand out on the ramp side, and this AWP still working its way up through connector. That's a big kill for Nav.
Oh god.
Awkwardness.
Oh no.
Ultimate's quick, and so it's just NQZ. They're both low. This is a clutch rolled out in front of him. The AWP might not be the best weapon for the job, though, holding this long sight line. Nath gives him the fight. Dual Beretta's pulled. What does he want to go with? Is it calmed across the ultimate's damage? No! Swings it out, and ultimate will silence him.
And then, like I said, bottom half, top half of those matchups, we also had TYLOO, who was then upset by Virtus Pro. Again, it seems like recency, looking back to Fissure, makes no sense, because there, if you remember, it was TYLOO playing with Zoking, their coach, and they upset Virtus Pro. Of course, Perfecto, new on that lineup, and now, just a week later, it is completely flipped the script. So Fissure, apparently not mattering at all. You got defending champs there, TYLOO, and they fall to Virtus Pro. So maybe Zoking back in this lineup, but luckily TYLOO's luck did turn around the following day as they played against Complexity in this knockout game. Loser goes home. And yeah, North America goes home. Like, what's different about these storylines? Every time I see you guys, I'm trying to defend North America, and I'm running out of the ability to do so, okay? So don't talk to me. I'm upset.
To the stack, and that boosted Deagle did not connect. So info flows. JT and Grim not going to be warded off. Nyx tested a USP, attempting, but good work. Mercury, the one to have thrown the nade. Then provide an opening kill.
Yeah, you can see him getting a bit flustered, right? He is the leader, and they're under a lot of pressure.
Oh, wait a second.
And they're getting the bomb, so you could still reroute. You got plenty of time for this, Cole. You haven't bitten off more than you can chew just yet. Just yet.
Another one. Oh, he wants the 8K attacker, you greedy goat. Going for more. And walking it down. Halzuk spots him. Oh, golden opportunity. Fair play. There was definitely chances. There was definitely chances. I think that's it, though.
He's good with the dig, but
He is. I'm not gonna.
this would have to be nuts. They'd have to all swing him like this.
God. Chill your beans, boys. The bomb is down. He's got a Desert Eagle and 40 HP. The round is won. Just don't give it to him. And Grim obliges. Make sure Complexity secure that.
And that was with TYLOO at one point. They lose this round, but they had a spawn nade, okay? Out of spawn. I can't remember if it was Attacker or who it was exactly, who literally dropped a nade on half the team, okay? They went on to win the map anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, no. Oh, we're going to have to catch that on the replay.
Yes, we are.
So there was a nade bought and I think accidentally thrown, leaving spawn from TYLOO. It's done damage to 4 of the 5 members of TYLOO leaving CT spawn. I know it's an eco.
Never in my years have I seen a spawn team nade.
Now, look, if they somehow pull this off, they have the opening kill.
They do.
This would be crazy.
There's no way, right?
It's like the martyrdom perk or something.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for the best place to buy and sell your CS2 skins, consider checking out skin.place. Cash out instantly to PayPal, crypto, or bank transfers. With a super fluid process, select the skins you want to sell, receive a payout in about 20 minutes, and a 2% bonus using my code down below, CS News. And it's not just selling skins, you can also buy your skins on this platform too, and thanks to them for sponsoring this CS coverage. Again, that is skin.place. Use code CS News down below. Happy trading. And what was a 10-5 lead for Complexity going into Ancient on this decider, ends up, I think, 13-11. And it looked like down the stretch, not just running out of gas, but also running out of full buys for Complexity. And it just, it felt so good. The momentum felt like it was there. And then once those tides shifted, TYLOO send Complexity home. Halzerk back in this lineup. And there were glimpses. When you take an early map off TYLOO, you have a chance to take out not only a team who did well at the major, but also coming off winning a recent title at Fissure. It's just everywhere Complexity goes, they don't get enough matchups. We don't get enough matches out of these guys to actually see what level they are at. So another disappointing finish for Complexity as they go home.
Lots of early info right now for TYLOO.
Yeah, I like the proactivity from the CT side. It's informed them.
Well, Complexity have gotten the space, but this is just to then be able to call the mid-round. Right, you're definitely ready for fights and duels, as that probably didn't land perfectly, but they've taken A main so quickly. An attacker can just stay parked here. Right, at this point, they can even leave him on his lonesome. They can hedge 3 towards B. Right, if they do go donut towards A, you can play it a little bit riskier. And take a look, Complexity, just by virtue of fighting for all of this space, have used so many nades they're working with 2 flashes and a smoke for their round finisher with 1 minute and 10 left on the clock and a 5v5 scenario.
Well, it's a horrible puzzle for JT to try and solve. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, 5v5. Okay. Oh, chance. Cleared out nicely by Mercury, though, towards the Ram side. TYLOO draw first blood, and JT starts to move. It's G holding with the AWP. How is he supposed to find an advantage in that engagement? Oh. Okay, Halzerk's actually been given a gift there. Mercury went looking for answers ramp.
Felt too quiet. So that re-aggress with the smoke. There was a plan, but either way, it's a way back in. G starting to hedge over towards B as well, and he's noisy about this.
That's exactly the dream for JT. Held by Jamyoung. Okay, the bait actually pays off.
Now Attacker's main presence, it'll come into play. They'll get the open runway in towards the site, but Attacker, you need at least 1.
Just needs to be disruptive for 60, considering his options. Knows A main could be pushed. Glancing at it, holding as Halzerk plants. Attacker does deliver. Takes his first. Halzerk draws back. 3-on-2. High stakes game here. Halzerk off your guard, goes in, and is held. A huge sigh of relief washes over TYLOO as they're the ones to release the pressure. They pick up 12, overtime at a minimum for there.
They're going to fight for middle. It's a donut smoke as well as a red smoke. They're coming out.
Yeah, it's only Attacker responsible for this. Smoked off of donut, and he'll respect it. They concede mid-control. Jamyoung, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he underhands the HE, exposes them both and takes them down. A hero play in a must-win round. Cole suddenly off kilter. Someone has to be the hero for Complexity, or their bags will be getting packed. Bomb A main. 60 trying to sell something on B. If he can find Mosier, perhaps he can make space for his boys. Diligent clear, spots his shoulder, needs the head, can't find it. Collar in trouble. Nick's down to 1 HP, finished off with the overkill of the sniper. Complexity forced to watch Halzerk try and go 1v5 because it seems inevitable. It seems a certainty. Complexity eliminated. Last place of IEM Cologne. Stage 1 is where it ends, and TYLOO survive.
They start the news.
And then we had FlyQuest and Bait, and they had a back and forth. A couple first matches that almost went to match point. I think they were all like double-digit rounds for both teams, or pretty darn close. And then map 3 ultimately going to a double overtime, and this was like back and forth. A lot of great highlight plays. I know we don't hear about Bait too much in the headlines, nor about FlyQuest, but with JKS now full-time, sending it on this roster, saying he had multiple opportunities, but he somehow fell on FlyQuest. And can this be the run for OCE? We have Asian CS doing amazing. Can this be the Australian side of the OCE taking off? And they actually managed to pull it off against Bait. It is a nail biter, but they pulled it off. And that was thanks in large part to Regali. All right. I think at one point, I can't remember, this is like map 2. He had a 4K with the op that was pretty incredible.
Here for the defense on middle. Recycle that utility for bottom connector, give mid control.
At the moment, he actually gets into ladder unscathed.
He's looking for some dual kinetic. Might have a chance to punish with the deagle.
They seem prepared.
Hands off the keyboard for now.
As Regali does scope up. Player top connector. Alex cannot cross.
Head trick.
Head trick about to do it. Regali gets the kill. And now Kensazor trying to activate from the window. He takes a dink down to 13, and he can't escape this corner. The jumping Glock is trying to find him here, and it's Regali instead who gets him off the wall bang. That is a gun for retrieval for Inns. Trying to get into window, though, would be a mistake. Alex on the hold. 30 seconds. Inns will activate and die. MPL, though, spamming the sword. JKS walking through, and he gets him as he runs out of ammo. That's the B side open.
It's open for a short window right now, but it's being closed. Asyntheal makes it all in play, diving into the mix and not allowing for them to plant their feet just yet. JKS caught jumping in the wide open. Bomb has to late scale through apartments. Time running low, 10 seconds left.
Hold on. But Netic is able to jump out the window. But the time is running low, and Regali gets the entry. Alex out on the site. He gets the first, and Regali saves the round with 2 seconds remaining. It's the pistol eco for FlyQuest.
They do eventually lose that map and force a deciding map as well. Some close series here at Cologne, and they eventually take that in double overtime. So congrats to FlyQuest. And again, these are only play-ins. So I know a lot of you guys don't care too much about this as we approach the group stage. That is truly what matters. But for a few of these teams, you kind of got to get through. If you want to make a name for yourself and kind of establish yourself as a top 15 team so far this season, you know, easily top 20, maybe top 15, even further, you got to make the group stage here at IEM Cologne, because some of these play-in teams are definitely looking pretty weak. Now, a lineup, and of course, 2 lineups that people were really looking forward to the matchup of, that being a repeat matchup of the IEM Dallas match we saw, but definitely different teams. I think for both sides, oh, I guess no, it would be the same Team Liquid. They were almost going to get rid of NAF, but thank God they hung on to him. It was FaZe versus Liquid, all right? If you remember, Liquid took them there as they had Simple for his first fill-in. A little bit of a different story here as Simple is gone and Broky is back.
And oh god, he smoked himself.
Given them a smoke to get
that's horrible. They can go jungle. Oh no.
He's opened up a hole here, and FaZe Clan, are they going to look to exploit it? For now, he's holding the swing over the stairs, so Ultimate still manages to get 1 out of this round. Also, that's Rain, the man you just saw boosted into window. You wondered if that was going to make them not consider Carrigan, but they will sniff him out still. 3 versus 5 instantly brought back into even odds, as Frozen and Broky both find kills. Nerds waits over in Palace, but Frozen looks to clear this. Coming around the corner, he can't quite get a shot off on Frozen. And for now, Broky's got to defend this bomb. NAF is starting to close the distance, but it feels like EliGE was going to get there in time. A turnaround in the 3-on-5 from FaZe Clan seals the deal. This was Liquid hoping to get revenge from last Cologne, while Broky gives them 2 middle fingers once more, 20-7.
And yeah, that was FaZe Clan dominating Mirage. Ultimate's map pick for sure, but unfortunately not enough. It was looking pretty lopsided, but speaking of Ultimate, he bounces back, right back on map 2, and right before you know it, we're going to a map 3 nuke, and people were bouncing back to the previous year of IEM Cologne. I was just bouncing back to, you know, a couple months ago at IEM Dallas. It's a great matchup to watch, FaZe and Liquid, because there are so many deep ties between between these players, especially with FaZe EliGE now. And of course, you have Twist, who is taking part on both teams as well. So it's like a mix mash of all this stuff. And I don't really know which storyline to exactly attach to because FaZe is constantly changing, and so too Liquid. We don't know where they're going. But it was an amazing series until Nuke. Yeah, FaZe take a 10-2 lead on their T-side Nuke and then close out this map 13-2. I think EliGE went like 18-5 or something ridiculous, which is great to see if you're hoping for the future of NA on this FaZe Clan roster, and maybe not so great if you're a Team Liquid fan. But yeah, FaZe Clan ran it on Nuke.
For naught. FaZe with the right read, stacking this top site. Even that block calls this round into question for Liquid. And they've got to go on a later timing. Ramp instead with the bomb. Rain here. But he rotates out. There's double lower at the same time. Rain doesn't need to commit to this position, but he just drops the bomb like that.
Yo, he's got hot hands right now, does Rain. This is a guy who wants to get out of here knowing he's secured at stage 2. Naf and Ultimate have cooked something in this moment, and Carrigan, it was on a timer. As to who would have the edge in that, Carrigan will catch Nerds with his back turned. EliGE gets here in time and puddles Team Liquid dead in the doorway. Just Ultimate left. 1 versus 2, and time is of the essence. Gonna cross into the back of the site, but he has no choice but to commit to this bomb plant. He plays for the kills, and it won't come through. FaZe Clan clean up, dominate team.
And also a little bit of a sleeper. I don't know if you guys have been watching the full broadcast. FaZe Clan, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure FaZe Clan is now not calling Broky. I'm pretty sure they're calling him Helvis, as in like he's a newcomer to the squad, and they're pretending like FaZe Broky is like its own, its own thing, and now this is Helvis. FaZe Helvis, which I love, by the way. If that's their way to move on from, hopefully not having any jaded, feelings towards, punishing him, as Carrigan put it, or benching him for a short time during the major and now bringing him back. If that's what it takes for FaZe Clan to get along and do the thing, I love that. So FaZe Helvis is here. Who is Broky? But with that being said, guys, that is your CS news. I know I've been being called out for yapping a lot lately, and I hope some of you guys don't mind that. There's been a lot of life updates that I kind of want to throw out in the air, and hopefully some of you guys catch it and understand where I'm coming from. We're coming off an event, that being Esports World Cup. I still got interviews to get out for you guys on Sentinel's CEO, so I do apologize for that. And now I'm traveling again next week and the week after that. So it's getting a little tiring. So there will be some hotel CS news videos. Just trust me, guys. I am trying my best over here to cover as much CS news as possible. So all of you guys who leave comments on our posts here on the channel or on the videos themselves or DM me on Twitter, I really do appreciate that. Sometimes I miss the news, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. There's a lot of travel coming up this year, and some of it might even be Counter-Strike related. Till next time, take care of yourselves, drink that coffee and water, and I'll see you back here hopefully sometime soon. All right? Take care. Ta-ta.